At 9:17 a.m., a plain white door materialized in my hallway. The voice behind it whispered my mother's name. I'm Daniel, a graphic designer who's lived in apartment 6B for 4 years. I know every creak of the floorboards, every sigh of the radiator, every drip from the kitchen sink. My life is ordinary late-at-night freelance gigs, weekend hikes, a tiny balcony that looks onto a quiet alley. None of that mattered after the morning the door showed up. Breath. The hallway is the narrow strip between my bedroom and the bathroom. It has always been a blank wall, scuffed paint, a single outlet, a faded poster of an old concert. I wake up, pour coffee, and the mug feels heavier than usual. My hand trembles as I stare at the brass knob that wasn't there yesterday. The wood is cold, not the warm grain of old furniture, but a chill that feels like something buried underground. I run my fingers over the wall solid, no seams, no fresh paint, no dust. I call the landlord, Mr. Keller, expecting a joke. His voice is flat at first, then tightens. Very funny. He pauses. What kind of door? I repeat my question. A normal door. Another pause. Don't open it. He sounds terrified, not annoyed. He tells me he'll come over. I laugh, but the laugh dies in my throat. The apartment is suddenly silent. The radiator's click fades. The street traffic becomes a distant hum. Then 3 slow knocks echo from the other side of the door. I drop the coffee. The mug shatters, hot liquid splashing across my bare feet. The knocks repeat 3, deliberate, polite, as if someone is waiting for an invitation. I back away, heart hammering, and grab the heaviest thing I can find, a cast iron skillet from the kitchen. I brace myself. Nothing else happens. Minutes stretch. The door remains, white and unmoving. At 9:27 a.m. Mr. Keller barges in. He looks 20 years older, his usual peppermint gum scent replaced by stale smoke. He stops dead when he sees the door. No, he whispers, eyes wide. He pulls a ring of keys from his coat, hands shaking so hard the metal jingles like tiny bells. Lock it. He tries every key. None turn. Then the knocks start again, 3 slow, patient taps. A soft female voice drifts through the wood. Martin? Keller's face goes pale. Martin? The voice repeats, a sad sigh that sounds almost human. Martin, I know you're there. Keller steps back, his grip on my arm tightening. You need to leave. Now. He pulls me toward the front door, but the knob on the hallway door turns on its own left, right, left again. A whisper in German escapes Keller's lips, a word I can't understand. The voice changes, becoming my mother's. Daniel? The sound is unmistakable. My mother died when I was 16, cancer stealing her in a slow, relentless tide. Her voice, the cadence of her lullabies, floods my memory. Honey, please help me. A thin black line creeps between the door and its frame. From behind comes the scent of lavender soap, the metallic tang of hospital sheets, rain on the day of her funeral. Tears sting my eyes. I waited so long. The darkness beyond the door is not empty. It moves like black water, thick and heavy. My mother's sobs echo, a low, mournful wail. I try to step forward, but Keller slaps my hand hard. The sound cracks the apartment's silence. Don't listen, he hisses, eyes wild. That is not your mother. The door opens another inch, revealing only darkness, no room, no hallway, just a void that seems to swallow light. I am torn between terror and a desperate need to reach out. Keller drags me out of the apartment. As soon as we cross the stairwell threshold, the world erupts back into noise. Traffic, a neighbor coughing, a dog barking. Behind my door, something slams shut once, twice. My mother's voice, now muffled, screams, Daniel, don't leave me again. I spend the night in a cheap hotel. Keller refuses to explain everything, but he tells me the building was renovated in 1998, after a fire that claimed 3 lives. One of the victims was his wife, Anna. He called a priest, a locksmith, and 2 men in a van with no company name. The priest returned pale, shaking. The locksmith's shirt was stained with blood. Only one of the men came back out, breath. Keller hands me an envelope stuffed with cash. "Move," he says, voice breaking. The door is gone, but now there's a window. He means the new apartment has a window where the door once stood, a literal opening to the world. I leave my belongings, my laptop, a box of photographs, all behind. I find a new place across town, change my number, try to forget. Breath. For weeks I convince myself I'm fine. Then, at 2:13 a.m., 3 slow knocks rattle my bedroom wall in the new apartment. A familiar whisper slides through the plaster. "Daniel, I found another way in. The nightmare has followed me." Breath. But there's a part of me that still wonders what really was behind that door. Was it a trap set by the building's tragic past, a lingering grief that can't be sealed, or something far darker? I never returned to 6B. The cash Keller gave me bought a fresh start. But the memory of that cold, unmoving door stays with me. I still hear the knock in the night, and sometimes I catch a glimpse of a thin black line where a wall should be. People who have heard similar stories speak of a knocking wall in old apartments, a voice that sounds like a lost loved one, a sense of being watched from behind plaster. Breath. What do you think really happened behind that hallway door? Leave your theory in the comments. If you crave more stories that will keep you up until dawn, Audible has a 30-day free trial with thousands of horror audiobooks perfect for nights like this. https www.audible.com free trial. Dive into the darkness and let the whispers find you. Breath. Subscribe for a new nightmare delivered every week, and keep the lights on. What do you think was really behind that door? Tag a friend who'd never sleep again, and save this video so you don't forget it. Breath.